Contrary to your endless prattle about privilege, equity, and the emotional brutality of the royal family, you have allowed, indeed encouraged, royal titles to be conferred upon your children, Archie and Lilibet.
The Prince and Princess of Sussex, if you don't mind.
Oh, apologies.
Oh, come on, Cobalt. Have a bit of decorum. You're addressing royalty here.
Quite right, Harry. I'll try much harder to feign obeisance.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Meghan, shouldn't it be Princess and Prince of Sussex?
Well, no, because Archie's older, no, because Archie's older, and he's Mummy's little boy, so he gets to go first.
Yeah, but isn't that just ageist? Or at least using ageism as a pretext for perpetuating the patriarchy and subjugating women?
Although that was utterly beguiling garbage, it was very eloquently stated, Harry.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been rehearsing it every day for the last 6 weeks. Didn't stop me bringing this, though.
No, that's not what ageism is. You're getting it all wrong. And besides, it's Prince and Princess, It's not Princess and Prince. I mean, that hardly flows off the tongue, does it? It's a bit clunky.
Yeah, but isn't that just being cadencist?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Where are you getting these words from? You can't just put ist or ism on the end of anything and then explain everything through its lens.
Annoying, isn't it?
I just really love social justice. Really love it.
Yeah, okay, but you've got to know when to stop.
No, Meghan, it's sentient. I mean, has a life of its own. Once unleashed, it will cumulatively radicalize until it destroys itself and all that it's infected.
What are you talking about?
When you insert a modifier before the word justice, it immediately corrupts it and banishes it from its own definition.
Look, I'm just going to guess that Cobalt's going off on one at the moment. Having one of his moments. Because I've got no idea what he's on about. But what I do know is that we need to use every opportunity we can to promote and support women and equality. Equality. And the only way we're going to get proper equality is if we treat women as superior.
Well, look, there is a lot of truth in what you're saying there, Harry.
Well, returning back to the crux of the question, that being the magnificence of your hypocrisy for wanting the Prince and Princess of Sussex to want titles.
Sorry, what's hypocritical about it? We've got titles.
And we love our titles, and we only ever use them for good causes, charitable endeavours, and making a bit of money for ourselves on the side.
No, Harry.
No, not the last one. Not the last one. No, that's what we don't do. Hey, Meghan.
Yes, well, you are clearly islands of virtue amid a river of filthy money and Hollywood sleaze.
I don't know about any of that, or even what those words mean, Dr. Jackson. All I know is we've got to be ourselves, Wasn't it the great philosopher Descartes who said, "I am what I am"?
No, that was Popeye the Sailor Man. Some lawyers have claimed, Harry, that your reckless admission to using multiple illegal substances might threaten your US visa.
That's so stupid. It was medicinal.
Yeah, Harry partaking in these substances, it's not the same as, it doesn't directly correlate with, using drugs, taking drugs. He's not a druggie. He's not like one of those, street people. Sorry, what are they called again?
The homeless.
Yeah, that's it, the homeless. Ugh. Yeah, they're drug takers, drug users, druggies. And they should be, labeled as such, and shunned. Whereas what Harry was doing was just using those substances to open up a pathway so, he could finally, get to me, in terms of, in spirit and in physicality.
That's right. Don't compare me to some common crackhead, I used it for spiritual renovation.
Rejuvenation.
Oh, so you are sympathetic to the idea of ingesting such substances, Meghan?
What? Me, personally? No, it's a filthy thing to do. I can understand why someone like Harry, who's like lost in the wilderness, might use it as a tool, to finally, find some hope and some freedom.
And in this instance, hope and freedom took the form of you, Meghan.
And I can understand that. I can understand that. But me? No, I don't need any further clarity.
Look, if she found any more clarity, she'd be translucent.
So no, I'm not going to be eating some dodgy-looking mushroom or drinking some foul liquid to try and help me achieve a higher level of consciousness because, I already have it.
Oh, indeed, Meghan. You certainly don't appear to live in the plane of reality that the rest of us do.
Well, thank you.
But returning back to the meat of the question, which was about claims made by lawyers suggesting that the revelations in Spare may impede your ability to retain your US visa.
I don't listen to lawyers unless they're telling me exactly what I want to hear. Such as, yes, you are entitled to some money, Harry. Or, yes, that newspaper did assault your wife's honour, and therefore you're entitled to some money, Harry. And everything in between.
I don't think it's going to actually come to them revoking his visa.
Why is that?
Look, you can't deport people like me. There'll be a way.
Oh, I see. So you're referring to the clear double standard of justice meted out to elites like yourselves as opposed to commoners like us.
Well, hold on, CJ. It doesn't feel quite right, labelling you as a commoner.
Well, I can't say it felt particularly right, referring to you two as elites.
Touché.
Look, if need be, right, we're just going to say that, Harry made a mistake in the book, He told some lies just so he could sell more copies and look edgy
and cool.
Right, so you'll just say that Harry lied about his mind-enhancing experiences. Is that going to work, though? Because he did detail them with fruity candor in the book. And not only that, he advocated for their employment in combating certain mental health issues. You really think you can just get away with saying that he made it all up and lied?
Well, how else are they going to gauge that possibility without looking back through our history?
Which is replete with lies. Trust us, Cobalt. This is foolproof.
You've made the bizarre and subtly obnoxious request for Archie's birthday, which coincides exactly with the coronation, to be recognised in some way during the event.
Yeah, Daddy's special boy is turning 4. And if we're going to make him share his birthday with some coronation, then the least they can do is include him in it in some way.
Make it like a joint celebration.
Right, but let's be honest, if we were to gauge the levels of ludicrousness here, we would be heading right off the charts, wouldn't we?
Well, we can find out right here, right now, because I picked this up off Amazon the other day.
Oh, the Ludoscope 3000.
Yeah, and this one's got the Nuttersphere upgrade. Yeah, tells you exactly whereabouts you are in the Nuttersphere. Just as I suspected. No ludicrousness registered at all in that statement. Oh yeah. It wasn't on.
Anyway, back to your attempt at commandeering proceedings by suggesting that a sacred state occasion, such as a coronation of a monarch, be augmented to make reference to your son Archie's 4th birthday.
Ooh! That went hot. Red hot.
We just thought it'd be nice, right? They haven't seen much of Archie, and this way they can make a big fuss of him, Yeah, it's Grandpa's big day, but it's his big day too.
Yep, you only turned 4 once.
Yes, but one must ask, are you not aware of how ridiculous it sounds and how narcissistic it is to ask for your son's 4th birthday to be included in the proceedings of a coronation? Moreover, are you not aware that you've just released a book months ago where you leveled an unparalleled attack at multiple members of the royal family?
We're aware of the second one, yeah? But that was a long time coming, They should just take it on the chin and stop complaining and sulking.
I mean, what is so ridiculous about wanting Archie's birthday to be included?
It's almost like you actually believe that you live in a Disney film.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
A 4-year-old's birthday cannot be tied in with the coronation.
Yeah, but it might be quite scary too. Because although you've got your good guys, you've got your Mickey Mouse and your Donald Duck and your...
And Mulan.
Yeah, and Mulan. But you've also got, the baddies too. So actually, this is something I've got to give some serious consideration to.
Yes, well, you do that, Harry. Meghan?
Look, we just, innocently wanted to make it a special family occasion, right? And what better way than to all get round and celebrate Archie's birthday?
I hate to have to inform you, Meghan, but this is not a family occasion. This is a state occasion. And if King Charles were to give in to this request, even slightly, he would lose a lot of support and a lot of respect.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he will. I mean, what is it that we've actually requested, for his grandson's birthday to be recognized while we're celebrating his, coronation thingy? I mean, what's he going to say? No? I mean, how would that look?
See, this is how she thinks, Genius. Now, I can't keep up with her.
Oh, I'm quite convinced of that, Harry. And I doff my hat to your impressive levels of cunning, Meghan. I mean, it would be testament to your bottomless pit of manipulative ability, as well as King Charles's inherent weakness, if such a thing were to actually occur. I wouldn't touch the Ludoscope 3000 yet, Harry. I mean, it's heard this whole conversation. It's likely to be very hot still.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Do you have any fear, Harry, given Meghan's taste for breaking up with people and cutting them off completely like a troublesome mole, that she'll do exactly the same to you once she's extracted all of your filling and left you as an empty, shriveled husk?
I thought exactly the same thing, actually, Cobalt, As you know, I'm a cautious redhead. Although I used the phrase, sucked all the goodness out of me and left me as a withered shell. Same thing. Tomato, tomato.
Indeed.
And I must say, no, I don't fear it, And as Don Corleone might say, and I'll give you my reasons.
Yeah, I wouldn't let him hear you do that.
One, the bond that Meghan and I have is stronger than any of the bonds she shared with her friends or family or father, deeper and more sacred. Isn't that right, Meghan?
Yeah, sure.
And two, which to be honest is like 95% of the whole reason, if not more. I actually can't envisage, I can't even go there. I can't possibly think about, Meghan leaving me. It's like a big unthinkable void, or like, the scary side of a dark woods. Too frightening to ponder or explore.
Uncharacteristically eloquent, Harry.
Look, I think we need to be frank about this. I'm not going to be leaving Harry, okay? It's a certainty. Like 100% not going to happen. Because presently, it would have, no advantage to me. It would be foolish, right? It would be unwise. Like, it would be lacking objectivity for the big picture, the whole picture. And because I love him.
But we must be frank, Meghan, about the sheer number of individuals that you have cast aside like once loved kittens to the roadside.
Look, I've never hidden any of my past. Oh, much of my past. Some of my past I haven't hidden. And, it's true that sometimes people just gotta go. It's like, sorry, I just can't be I can't be around you anymore. You just, no more. No more.
Oh, it's lucky that we're inseparable. Aren't we, Meghan?
You drain my inner light, right? So I can't be around you anymore. You block off my infinite connection to like celestial oneness, right? And it's like, I can't have that. You've got no more to offer me. So it's time for us to part ways, right?
But we'll always carry on down the same road together, won't we, Meghan? Yeah, but we'll always carry on down the same road together, hand in hand, as you always see us. Won't we, Meghan?
That's happened to me, a fair number of times. And in all fairness, much more often than it happens to other people, right? But maybe I'm just unlucky in the people I've met. Or maybe, I'm just gifted with like perception. I don't know. All I know is that I've got to remain true to me. I've got to listen to my heart and just remain true to me.
Then I will too. I'll finally be exactly who I am. And that's why you love me so much, isn't it, Meghan?
Sometimes you just got to know when to cut loose,
Right, that's it. I'm sleeping in one of the many spare beds tonight.
Oh, big threat.
Well, you have always said that you're a spare.
We have a question here, more of a request really, from a Kevin with a C. Do either of you know any jokes?
Oh yeah, I've got one. Yeah, I tried to enter my brother into an ugly competition, but the security said, sorry, no professionals.
Did you hear about the scarecrow who won the Nobel Prize for being outstanding in his field?
Isn't it funny how dogs always run to the door when the doorbell goes, but it's hardly ever for them?
During the 18th century, Britain sent everyone they had called Colin to another country. Everyone called Colin. It was a British colonization.
I had to quit my job at the helium factory. I refused to be spoken to in that tone.
I was never very good at maths in school.
Shocker.
I failed math so many times I can't even count.
Which reminds me, there are 3 types of people in this world. Ones that can count and ones that can't.
I was driving the other day and I was following this car and I was a bit too close because the guy in the driver's seat was so short, unbelievably short. So I was trying to get closer to see how short he was. And then he pulled the brakes and bang, I smashed into him. And then he got out of the car and then it was clear. It was clear how short he was, he really was short, And then he looked at me, he looked at the car, and then he looked back at me. I looked up, of course, and he said, I'm not happy. And I said, you're not? Which one are you then?
I told my artist girlfriend that she drew her eyebrows too high. And she seemed surprised.
What girlfriend?
It's a joke, Meghan. It's a joke.
So what if I don't know exactly what Armageddon means? I mean, it's not the end of the world.
I spent all day the other day in the garden with my stepladder. It's not my real ladder.
Yeah, I bought a brand new thesaurus the other day, but it was terrible. It was terrible. I mean, it was terrible.
What's orange and sounds like a parrot? A carrot.
Yeah, I recently got a job, at last, but in a mirror factory. Because there was always something I could see myself doing.
Ooh, yeah, our local vet went into business with our local taxidermist. Yeah, under the banner, either way, you get your dog back.
Hey, we've got dogs.
We're dog lovers here, Harry.
Oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. Relax. I've got my EpiPen here, and it's very special to me because my best friend gave it to me as he was dying, and it seemed very important to him for me to have it.
We have a question here from a Herbert Harmonica, who once had breasts and was known as Veronica, who asks, where do you stand on transgender females competing in women's sport?
It's a revelation in terms of consciousness and tolerance. You know, it's a big step forward.
Yes, it certainly is incredible how it's tolerated.
I actually prefer it. It fills me with pride to see people identifying left, right, and centre.
It's been a magical achievement for the trans community and for society at large, in general. Of course, there have been the detractors, there have been the doubters, the haters. But, you got to expect that. There's always going to be some bigots, backward-thinking bigots who just hate to see people happy.
Oh, what a world. What a world we live in.
But hey, the best we can hope for is to silence these hateful voices, in their attempts to drag us back into the mistaken beliefs of yesterday, such as only biological women can compete in women's sports. I mean, what is that?
And we can't have that. I mean, what kind of evil heart must you have to want to deprive brave transgender women of the opportunity to compete in the sport they love? And they seem to be so good at them, too.
They do seem quite successful, Harry.
Yeah, maybe don't go down this route, Harry.
Why not? We should be celebrating transgender athletes and their achievements, Some of them are performing feats, tremendous feats, never before seen in female sport, I mean, sometimes I literally can't believe what I'm watching.
I think you speak for us all watching, Harry.
Yeah, I agree in principle, Harry. We should definitely celebrate the achievements of transgender women. But, probably shouldn't go on about the specifics, right?
Such as Leah Thomas winning her swimming races by 45 seconds and smashing world records.
Yeah, I saw that, and that was a tremendous time for a woman.
Yeah, but once again, Harry, it's better to keep things more, general and vague. So we should celebrate the trans community's achievements as a whole for fighting, for tolerance, equity, and inclusion.
But Meghan, they're literally smashing records at every single event. I mean, it's astonishing. And some people didn't think they should be able to compete when they so clearly thrive. There are few things more beautiful in this planet than a bearded lady bench presser, bench pressing her way into the record books.
But does it occur to you that perhaps it's the fact that they are, for all athletic purposes, men?
Not true.
It's a very harmful thing to say.
It's not about athletics or biology. It's about feelings, Kobold.
Do forgive me.
Forgiven.
But when it comes to running and jumping and swimming and lifting heavy things, what you think about yourself, how you identify, bears no impact at all on the situation. It's only about biology. Feelings make no difference. I mean, feelings and identity have no currency in biology. In fact, you can feel like you're dead, but that feeling itself proves necessarily that you're biologically alive, for instance.
That's a good point, actually. I never thought of it in that way.
Just 1 second, you two. That was the video. And if you could now please press the like thumb, the notification bell, the subscription button, and leave a comment in the comment section below, that would be mightily welcomed. Thanks. Now please continue with the drivel you were spouting.